Hello, hello everyone. Summertime, time to get out a little bit of the computer. Too much coding homework, I still suck. I will never pass, I guess, the hello world kind of pro. But I'm having very hard homework for the university. They're asking us to create public key to private key to public key, and then create an address, send transactions. Everything that we talk about, but in practice it's a lot of lines of coding and commands that we have to execute. And they asked us to do that in Linux, which is one of the most well-known open source operational system. Linux has been around for, I would say, more than 20 years, and it's not very user-friendly platform to use. It's all that dark MS-DOS kind of screen that used to scare me a lot in the 90s, but it's an interface that most software developers are going to learn about and developed on top of Linux. So I would just like to mention a little bit that open source projects is something that community always liked. It is very important for the global technology to develop on something that everybody can add and improve. And the most available we leave those softwares for the planet, the better it is. My homework was really hard, and I literally gave up. And I think everybody at some point, we reached to a level that it's time to have a break, stop a little bit, do something else. And being consistent is also very important. Coding is not something that you learn and then you never forget, like riding a bicycle. You need to come every single day, every single week, just like a surgeon after they retired or have a clinic. They go back to the hospital and they like to operate people. Coding is the same. We need consistency. And it's also important that you guys realize that there is a level of frustration, and there is up to a certain point that you can let it go. And it is important to know your limits. The other day I was until 3 o'clock at night. The code was doing fine and I was progressing well, and I just like, okay, since it's going so fine, I was dead exhausted. But I didn't want to sleep because it was working, and I was afraid that the next day it wouldn't work. So I tell you guys that for beginners it's a very intense, because it uses the logic of the brain. So a lot of ways you think about a problem, engineers and mathematicians can know about that. It takes a while, it takes brain muscle to get to a point where you know exactly how to fix things, and then things become very easy and automatic. But if you've been using logic with Excel, when you start coding, it has some similarities, but not really. So every function, every language, they operate in different ways. So it was a little bit about coding today. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.